Blah. Oh yeah, you know what it was? Johnny wrote in his book, whatever, did an interview in his book. He said something along the lines of like, I was really pissed at Marky because Marky spilled the beans that I had cancer to the press. And then Marky responded in his book trying to explain himself.
Huh.
Yeah, it was really interesting because
What did he say?
I'm trying to remember. Again, I read his book whenever that
He,
came out. That was must have been 10 years ago now, but it was something along the lines of like explain himself. But it was interesting that he felt absolutely motivated because John really like raked him over the coals for doing that. As I
yeah,
recall,
I
in
recall that.
reading Commando, he was really upset. This is nobody's business, and you're talking about our personal business.
He did the same
Even
thing to my brother.
what
Went to
Marky
the
did.
press and
What, after he died or before when he was
before,
sick? Oh,
before
interesting.
when my brother was in the hospital and he'd been there for a month.
Yeah,
Before he was in the hospital for cancer, he had just broken his hip, right? He fell and
right.
broke his hip.
Hmm.
Marky visited him in this place called Rusk Rehab Institute, where after you have an operation like that, they
Yeah,
send you, teach you how to, to walk and tie your
sure.
shoes again and things like that. That's where Mark visited him. But he says he visited Joey when he was dying. There's an interview I can send you, but the interview says, you write the scene about being there when Joey left us. And Mark says, well, nobody else was there. He wasn't there.
And now the guys from the Independents, they were there, right?
Chris, the singer, was.
Yeah, Evil
He,
Presley was there,
right. He
right?
was one of my brother's best friends.
Right, right. I met him a few times over the years.
He
And I
was
mean,
there almost every
Joey
day.
managed them. Joey managed
Right,
them.
right.
Yeah, he loved
Yeah.
the
He
Independents.
did. And he loved this guy, Chris. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chris slept overnight there sometimes. And he
Yeah,
was
he
there,
was there. He was really
yeah,
there.
he was there a lot up until the last couple of weeks. Then I think he had some shows and he took off.
Do you keep up with him today? Have you guys been in
I
touch?
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to give him a call, actually.
He's a
But
good guy. I
he's a
always
great guy.
liked him.
I love
Yeah.
him. Yeah, he's a great kid.
Yeah.
Great
Great
guy.
guy. Great
Yeah.
guy.
He
So
was
that's it.
always trying to, tell my brother, he was always trying to get us together. Whereas a lot of these other people were, I heard your brother badmouth you. They would try to divide us
Right.
so that they can, be closer.
Right. They wanted to put a wedge and
Right.
such in there, which doesn't help. Now,
Uh,
what's
but what
interesting,
CJ is saying, I'm sure he heard my brother say things like, "Oh, my brother's an asshole." I'm sure you've said that about your brother,
of
right?
course. Yeah.
He said that about you, and but so they'll take that one thing and make that everything.